Hi Aries, hello. My name is Simone. I'm a psychic medium, tarot reader and intuitive, and I'm welcome to my channel. So yes, I'm going to be reading now for the sign of Aries, and this is a reading for the next month or so, but time is fluid, so basically whenever you find this reading will be the right time for you. Okay, so we're going to get straight into it, and we're just going to see what comes up for the sign of Aries. And so we have several cards that have dropped out. So here we are. Okay, these three dropped out as well, but the first two have dropped out in an upward motion. So Aries, here you are, the Emperor, and the environment that you find yourself in at the moment, which feels a little bit on the heavy side, as you can see here. It feels that you may be feeling like you've achieved so much, worked so hard, put all your energy and everything that you were willing to give up in order to move forwards, and now you find yourself here in this position, which is heavy-hearted, with an area of your life that perhaps you can't control at the moment, that you may be feeling you should know what to do, and you should be able to act, but you can't at the moment. You're a bit caught between a rock and a hard place, it feels to me. And patience is the name of the game here. Not something that Aries is known for, because you like to get things done, you like to look at the overall picture so much more than every single detail. You grasp the whole picture and then lead from there. And at the moment, your leadership is stuck. You cannot move it forwards just at the moment. You have to sit tight. If you've invested money, obviously, with what's going on in the market, you may be feeling some losses, maybe living on your nerves right now. Business as well. With what's going on around us, as I say, it's mostly out of our control, and that won't sit easy with you, Aries, at this time. It feels here that some of you are heading towards, let's say, brighter days ahead, that there's something that you for sure want to leave behind. It's some sort of responsibility tied maybe to a house, a home, a family, and you're just feeling exhausted with the pressure on yourself. And so it's like you're looking for answers, and maybe some of you are coming to the conclusion that the only actual answer is to leave your present situation and look elsewhere where the light feels brighter. There is an aspect here which gives us a sense of dealing with the authorities, and that could well be authorities in the sense of a legal stuff or a legal aspect to what's going on, and you might be dealing with the benefits office, you may be dealing with contracts. I feel some of you were looking forward to receiving or concluding a contract, and that has not come quite to fruition. And so you might find yourself in a situation right now where you are looking back on money that you thought you could count on and realizing that now you can't actually count on that money, that you're not even sure if it's going to come yet. But the situation gradually does rectify itself. So don't judge exactly by what's going on right now. You know, I want to go back to love actually, because it does feel here like you are, some of you are looking at your love life and the quality of your love life and just asking yourself if this is it. Two things really about that. One is maybe you have to look a little bit deeper into yourself as to why the temptation to just run away is so great. That sometimes sitting still like he is and reviewing or going back over painful situations, that there is something that you can take away and learn from it, because we can't keep repeating the same behaviors and expect different answers. It just doesn't happen that way. We need to tweak our own behavior in order to get to different answers or different reactions from people. So this says to me here, you do, somewhere inside you, deep down, you know this, and you want to perhaps prod a little bit to see your partner more, to reveal themselves a little bit more to you, to feel like you can count on them, like they should be able to count on you. And for some reason, maybe some of you are just not feeling it at the moment. You're not feeling, even if you're in an established relationship, you might be in this feeling of it's going to end. And so you kind of almost expect the worst. But in reality, you don't need to expect the worst. It just feels like right now is maybe a little bit more turbulent, let's say, for some of you, and living in a moment of change is just not easy. It really isn't. So yeah, partnerships are very much on your mind, and looking to the future and thinking to yourself that you do want to take some established relationship with you into the future. Leave maybe certain ideas to for further into the future. It's like I feel you're wanting to put your energy into one thing at the moment. It's either completely into work or it's completely into a relationship. And you are definitely hoping for better days ahead, most definitely. And again, I come back to the action I was talking about, where you kind of want to take the lead and move things along, navigate yourself out of problems by using your reason as much as possible and trying to get things under control, which right here in the very near future might feel difficult, but you're coming round. Okay, you're coming round and you're grasping some new ideas, and here you are moving forwards with these ideas, taking you out of trouble into a place of balance where you can perhaps just rest a bit. In relationship, it feels very much like we have a feeling of more balance coming in, more harmony coming in. Those of you attached to another fire sign, you may have to blow your tops with each other, and then after that it feels like peace descends again, and you start to be able to work together as a team again. So there might be a little explosion for some of you during the month of April, but don't fear it. Please don't fear it. It's okay. You'll manage, you'll navigate through those thoughts and emotions. Right, I talked about giving the past some attention earlier, and it does feel like here, remember, you have choices. We have the possibility to choose our attitude when we face a situation, good or bad. It's our attitude, and you have multiple ways of choosing, if you like, to face a situation at the moment. You can either face it imagining it's going to fail and your relationship can't be kept together, you can't see a way forwards. That's a choice you're making here. Or you can choose that love is a very important factor in your world, and that you've put so much energy into family that you want to keep that family, and maybe recharge your batteries is what you need. You need to sit down with a partner and have an honest conversation about your deeper motives and your deeper feelings. Yes, it might cause tension. Yes, it may cause a row, but at the same time, at least then you've got some workable material to use. So let's see here. Yes, setting up the truth of what you're thinking, what you're feeling, communicating to the best of your ability. That's very important at the moment in holding things together in a relationship. Oops, let's see here. Dropped a card, so I better pick it up. Where's it gone? Alrighty, okay. So we have Spirit offering up the Nine of Pentacles. And so with the Nine of Pentacles, it's, the 10 of Pentacles, it's echoing, in fact, it's echoing the first card out here, but this has come in the upright. Okay, so it's saying basically that Spirit is saying to you, you have the means within your own self to work on this situation, to upright the situation, to upright your finances. There are possibilities here. You just have to think a little bit differently and look at the problem, maybe from another perspective. Perhaps your partner's trying to offer up a more negative perspective, and you're trying to look at the more positive in the situation, but somewhere in the middle lies reality. Somewhere in the middle lies the truth. So Spirit is giving you here a clear message. This family situation or this situation with a partner can be uprighted by making practical choices. Practical choices as well in how you approach them. Therefore putting them in the position that they now need to start thinking about more practical ways as well of approaching you. You may need a period of solitude from each other to do that. Okay, yeah. You may need a period of solitude to do that. The Two of Swords, to go inwards, because you can't actually change very much on the outside right now. So you need to move inwards and look at how you handle things, and see that you do have choices here. You really, really do. You definitely have two choices. So it is a feeling of like, right now I'm at this crossroads. I've come to a standstill. Let me go within and see what more I can tweak to make a difference on the outside, because deep down I don't see you want to let go of the person you're involved with, or the situation, your home life, if you're in a long-term partnership. It feels to me like you're trying to change more on the outside than you have the power to do right now. Okay. The worst thing in the world can be to let a situation snowball out of control, so that the snowball is heading in a direction that you never meant it to go in. It's just sort of momentum, and it's just developed that way. So pull back the reins of power here, Aries. And with the hurt connected here, turn that into positive energy. Look to the future where you can make a difference in the present, so that the future changes and starts to look brighter again, which it can do. Absolutely, it can do. Why is the Justice card here? Why is the Justice card here for Aries, please, Spirit? Why the Justice card? What is it? Okay. What is it? Well, okay, Justice, number 11. You've got the Six of Pentacles here. Number 6. So yeah, this says to me very much perhaps concentrated on home and what you want to achieve from your home situation, that you are trying to give yourself some leverage here, or buy yourself some time, that you don't feel like you have to keep bouncing up and down like you're on some sort of trampoline. No, you want to create an even playing field here, or you need to create an even playing field here. There is money being discussed. It's being held here in somebody's hands, and the other one is opening up, hoping to receive. I would say here, the important thing is fairness, that all your dealings are done in such a way that you can both benefit, or all benefit. That's going to be your safest avenue to travel down at the minute, quite honestly. Those of you who are in a family of 5 or 6 people, where one person sleeps a lot for whatever reason. They may sleep because they're teenagers. They may sleep a lot because they're not well. It may be that they can't move too much, so therefore they sleep more. I feel that person really, really, really does need to sleep more, unless that's you at the minute, Aries. But otherwise, I feel that person really, really does need to sleep more. That's the only way they're going to find their strength for later on. So let that person rest. It's not that they're resting out of laziness. They just really need that rest. You may also have paid out some money in advance and be looking to see how you can reclaim that money. I would say, wow, there's going to be a big long queue. So I suppose it's almost like get your claim in as early as you can. and in letter form, as well as over the net, over email, or whichever. You are going to be taking advice from somebody in a position to give advice in a legal matter. It does feel like, yes, you do absolutely need to listen. It feels like something from the past is actually coming in, if you like, to affect your near future. Might be in the next 6 months that what I'm talking about shows up. And if you have an awareness, excuse me, if you have an awareness now of what you think could be building up, then pay attention now rather than later. So what have we got going on between our Two of Wands, Six of Swords, and Temperance, Spirit? What is it that you want to tell us about this energy that's building up for the very near future, the next 3, 4, 5 weeks? Where are we heading? Let's have a look. Okay, yes, you're heading basically in an area of your life towards a new situation. Excuse me. You're hoping that your hard work has or will be paying off shortly. You have been concentrated on what you can, if you like, protect, which includes family. And for me, it includes a relationship. You want to protect it somehow. You want a new beginning around it. You have been thinking also about the future and if it's right for you. I mean, I see this and I feel in many ways, Aries, you're trying to be entirely honest with yourself, to yourself first, and get things straight in your own head before you actually start communicating too much to the other person in your life. The other person in your life being either a partner, a wife, or a husband, or if you're in this work situation, your emotions are tied into it, but it is about formulating how you're going to approach that other person or that company so that you can acquire the new beginning that you want to see, and that is coming towards you, by the way. So there is going to be opportunity here to a large extent to fix things depending on how you want to face the situation. And my guidance to you is to try and remain as optimistic as you can. For those of you caught up in a third-party situation, which some of you are definitely, I feel you've got a choice between two people. Here it's 3 of you hurting. Nobody gets away unscathed. So some of you are caught up in a third-party situation where perhaps only one of you knows about it because it's happening to you. And here it's like whoever's caught up, whichever partner is caught up in the third-party situation, they have the knowledge they're involved with somebody else and they know that they need to choose. And the time has come, I'm afraid. You have to choose, because if you don't choose, then what's going to happen is that the universe will take over the situation and things will snowball. They will move forwards and it will not remain in your control from that point. So bear in mind, Aries, if you are making love decisions and you are thinking about leaving one relationship to move into another, I think you really, really must search your heart. and really know where you feel you're going to thrive the most. Because when it comes to hurting people, which you do when you want to break a relationship, let's face it, people do get hurt. They have to sit with the decision that you've made, and they have no power over it. You have to make sure that the pain that you are causing is coming from a place of honesty, and that your motivation really is for the higher good of all. If it's a more selfish reason, then be sure again that you're entirely honest, if with nobody else, at least with yourself. So finally, we have it echoed here in the underlying energy, which is again the Three of Swords. So there is definitely a tension here to emotions in the world around you, as well as in your inner world. It's echoed here. So absolutely, Aries, take care of your inner emotions and stay with the truth of what you truly, really feel. This is not about doing things out of guilt, and this is not about doing things out of keeping the peace. This really truly is the need for your entire self, your mind, your body, your heart, all of those to be aligned in order for you to be dealing with your truth. And that is utterly important in what's coming up, Aries. So I wish you good luck, and I wish you well, and I hope that you make the best decisions that you can come to for the greater good of you and those around you. So until next time, I hope that really does help you. Thank you, Aries. Thank you for listening, and bye for now.